336, pull up. Grab a seat, we cook up. Frank style chefing. Star, you gotta look up. Cause we sitting so high. Topics they gon' come. Hot takes they gon' fly. 336 Triad. Aggie City A&T. The show popping like homecoming in the streets. Carolina thing. Carolina slang. From the north to the south, you running with the Kings.
Oh, you looking for the content?
Boy, we speaking to your cons.
Already, y'all. This is our first damn
Welcome to the 336 Pull-Up Podcast. I am the phenomenal one, Frank Styles.
This is Stevie Kicks, man.
What's happening, Stevie?
I'm good, man. How you
Hey,
doing?
looking a little different around here, bro.
It's looking real different around here, man.
It's
shit behind this, man. This lights and shit everywhere. It's a studio.
Yeah.
It's a fucking studio, man.
So, guys, welcome to the 336 Pull-Up Podcast. Frank and Stevie, we are finally back.
We back, man.
Missed y'all a little bit.
We did.
Yeah, if you've been following us on Instagram, there have been some upgrades that have been going on.
Couple upgrades.
Yeah, a lot of upgrades, actually.
Yeah, a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Upgrades.
So, we wanted to get in and give you a little bit, tell you guys what we've been up to. We have recently done some upgrades, so now you will be receiving not only audio, but also video via YouTube.
As you can see.
So, full 1080p or 720p, we don't care which one it is. 4K, it's going to be one of them. But you will be able to see us on YouTube. And sometimes, every now and then we might go live too. Who knows? We might go live and do a live cast. But a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, we wanted to make sure that when we do stuff, we try to do it the right way here at the 336. So that is one of our many upgrades. This is what we've been working on for the last couple of weeks, and it's turning out great. We're very, very happy with the visuals. We also have merch now. So if you haven't checked out the merch, there was a little issue with the store initially when we set it up, but that is set. That is straight now. So if you are interested in getting a 336 Pull-Up merch, the thing you need to do is go to shop.spreadshirt.com/the-336-pull-up.
A lot of damn hyphen.
I know, right? I don't know why they did it like that. But anyway, it's shop.spreadshirt.com/the-pull-up-store.
If you're a weed smoker, you ain't even gotta be a weed smoker. You gonna forget that.
Oh, absolutely. If you want to make it simple, just go to the link in the bio on the 336 Pull-Up.
Yeah, just screenshot that
on Instagram. You can see it. I saw that today. I was like, yo, what is this?
Damn.
So make sure that you guys actually check that out. All the merch is there. There's the one of Stevie and I together that has the 336 pull-up on it. There's Stevie by himself. There's me. There's all kind of stuff that you can get. Go out there and support your boys and, represent the 336.
Show some love.
Yeah, show some love for us. So we're going to get right into it, man.
Jump right into this thing,
We'll jump right into it. News and notes.
Yes, sir.
First start out, some people have, been talking about Meg Thee Stallion, right? Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion last week came out and indicated that she wouldn't be dropping new music. Now, there's been an update since then. As you guys may or may not know, Meg basically did drop a video and a single last Friday. Well, what we found out was she's had issues with her label. As some of you may or may not know, she is independent. Meg is from Houston.
Who is she signed with?
She is signed with 15. What is it? It's 1510. Yeah, 1501 Entertainment.
Oh, some low budget shit.
Well,
that's why she having problems.
Well, 1501 Entertainment happens to be the independent label. No, Jay Prince got something to do with it because Jay Prince is independent.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, 1501 is an independent label that was started by a former baseball player. I believe his name was Charles. I can't think of his last name. But anyway, she indicated, and this information has been pulled and it's been validated and verified as far as what her contract was.
Okay.
Did state that she was advanced when she was 19, I believe. She was advanced $10,000 towards future sales of her records and her music, right? But she's also responsible for studio time. She pays for her own studio time, pays for her own team. and some other expenses. She pays for like travel and stuff for touring.
Okay.
So when you're doing all that stuff, Meg has blown up now. She's becoming bigger. She signed with Rock Nation, and the way that the story goes is when she got with Rock Nation, she got with real management, if you will. And as they were looking over her contract, as most good companies do, they said, hey, they brought some stuff to her attention and said, hey, are you aware that this is what your contract actually states? And she had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's been getting some slack for doing what she did. I don't have a problem with it. And the reason I don't have a problem with it is because for the fact of when you first start out from a business standpoint, you don't know what's going to happen with this talent. They may blow up. They may not blow up, right? And because of that, you set your contract up a certain way, right? You don't know what the outcome is going to be. You don't know how, it might be a one-hit wonder, and then, it may not work out. But in any event, for her, she has blown up. I mean, she's not on a status of Cardi B status yet, but she's
bumping elbows.
She's getting there.
They bumping. She nipping at her ankles right now.
Yeah, she's getting there.
You know what I'm saying?
And so I understand both sides of it. I understand the business side of it because, again, you don't know what you're actually getting and how far it's going to be taken, right? Especially in the independent route. Because if it's an independent, being independent means you do a lot of the things up front. You do a lot of the things yourself. And then on the back end, hopefully you get way more in return.
Yeah.
Right? But the problem with that also is you don't know when you're investing in a person exactly how that person, what type of energy they're going to have going after it. Are they going to start off? You know what I mean? Are you going to start off with the battery in your bag and be doing your thing, and then all of a sudden it slows down, which prevents you from, becoming a starter?
Blew up. I think it was that BET cipher.
Yeah, that's where it started.
That's where it started.
Yeah, that's where it started.
She looked the same.
No. She was way.
That money changed you, man.
Oh yeah. You got to have a team. She's got to pay for makeup, hair, all that stuff, outfits. So from a business perspective, I understand, but I also understand though. To me, and I'm comparing this as we are both big sports fans, it's no different than a sports contract.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie comes out from college, he gets a 5-year deal as a rookie contract. He goes out there, he does his thing for the first 3 years. After he exceeds that contract and he outproduces that contract, why can't I renegotiate?
True. You know what the thing is with her? I think first of all, I knew she was gonna blow up.
Yeah.
But what did you say in the beginning? Like 10,000?
They advanced her 10,000 towards $10,000 was the advance towards future sales.
She probably already she done paid that back.
Oh, easy. That $10,000 went like nothing.
Now she's trying to get out this shit. She's like, man, y'all ain't gonna take me nowhere type shit.
Well, there's been some things about that. I'm looking at it from both sides, right? Both sides should be this way. What should happen is Meg should be able to renegotiate her contract either with them.
She don't want to though.
And I think the way it's set up, her contract, and I may be wrong, but I believe like her tour money, they get 60% of the tour money and she gets 40%.
Oh, hell no.
I think that was one of the things.
Too. I'm doing all the work.
Right. So 60% of the tour money goes back to them. 40% goes to her. Now understand with that 40%, whatever that fee may be that she's getting, her team has to be paid.
Out of her 40.
Yep. She still has to pay for studio time. She still has to pay for whatever else, outfits, hair, makeup, nails, all that stuff that female celebrities need. So I certainly understand it, man. But I just don't, she did win her court case. She had a court case where they were trying to prevent her from dropping more music since she's got with Rock Nation. And she took them to court, and the court gave her a stay basically saying for now they'll allow her to drop music until the court goes, the case goes to full court. But again, I get both sides. What are your thoughts about it?
Shit, man. I feel like that 60-40 is some bullshit.
And I think that's what she's seeing too.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? It's if let's just say I was Remy Ma. No shade to Remy Ma.
Uh-huh.
But if you gave her a 60-40 deal for Remy, that's something good.
Yeah.
For like the label, that's a chance.
But it's a little different with Remy though.
That's what I'm saying.
So her situation is so different.
So like she's had time to blow. Well, she got locked up and all that shit like that. Let's just say Remy now then got out of jail.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna give you 60-40, you know, and like you gonna take it. Now, if it's somebody like Meg, where you can see like she's about to blow,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
We
gotta renegotiate this shit.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
Yeah.
Or this 60-40 about to flip. Like, you about to be the 40 now.
Right.
I'm the 60.
Because think about it. Rock Nation is every artist that Rock Nation has signed has basically
shout out Griselda.
Yep. Shout out to them boys. But every artist that Rock Nation has signed, bro, they don't sign just anybody. They only sign talents. You know what I'm saying? So what ends up happening is Rock Nation is like, yo, she's a talent. We need to sign her from a management standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they review her contract and they see this and it's like, yo, you realize this is what you're getting. She had no clue.
See, now that's kind of her fault too.
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying. You
should know what the fuck. Like, come on now.
Well, it was her and her mom, and she doesn't have her. Her mom passed away.
That's her fault. Oh, her mom passed away?
Her mom passed away. Yeah,
damn.
Her mom passed away. She didn't really broadcast it, but yeah, her mom passed away. So I get it, but she was 19 at the time. I certainly understand that. But at the end of the day, even if sometimes though you can read a contract and it's so much legal jargon in it that it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't matter. So I just think that both parties need to come together and they need to either renegotiate her contract or allow her, Meg and Rock Nation, some type of way, buy her out while she hasn't hit that superstardom as of yet. Like, because if she blows up like on Cardi status, it's gonna be the cost's gonna be more.
Only one thing that has to happen now she got to come out with like a sex video, like.
You are so silly.
A sex video. She gonna blow up.
She already. I know what you're saying. You mean like a drop a sex tape?
You know what I'm saying?
Like a celebrity sex tape.
Do a Cardi. You know what I'm saying? Do a Cardi. Drop a joint real quick. You know.
That might. You know how many niggas?
Just,
you know how many niggas gonna want to see that?
Greased up.
You know how many niggas want to see
These
that?
niggas is gonna be greased up, lubed the fuck up. Girl gonna be like, "Where the Jerryans?"
Yeah. But look though. But I'm just saying, I would get Rock Nation to negotiate the deal to buy her contract out.
Yeah.
Pay them off.
You
get
know
them
Jay
out the
gonna
way.
do that.
Pay them off. Get them out the way. Right.
You know Jay got that.
And then after you do that, what you do is you then go to you then keep Rock Nation as your management, and then just work it from there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are coming down hard on her, and I don't think it's fair. I feel like Meg. At a young age,
look out for herself.
Yeah, she's got to look out for herself, and I think she sees her future. I think she sees like, yo, Rock Nation came to me and wanted to manage me.
Right.
So imagine what they can do for my career.
I'm about to take advantage of this episode.
Yeah. So they just need to work it out, man. Now, Jay Prince did chime in, and I felt like he was taking some shots at Rock Nation and Jay and those guys over there, Jay-Z. Because he came out and said that the bigger labels are always trying to squash the little guys. And that's what he said. He threw some shade. But at the end of the day, if the little guys are doing exactly what the bigger labels are, what's the point of being independent? Because the whole point of being independent, you know what I'm saying, was to ensure that we don't have to deal with the larger labels and all the bullshit that larger labels do.
Yeah.
So what's the point? So I don't know, bro. Hopefully it works out for her.
Hopefully. We talked a lot about Megan this now.
Well, it was just crazy because it's a whole business thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a whole business thing. But a lot of people coming down hard on her. But that's the deal with Meg Thee Stallion. But
give her money. Pay her.
Pay her. Y'all quit playing. Y'all go ahead and pay Meg. Quit playing.
That's what it is.
Moving on to the next topic. Corona.
The Rona.
The coronavirus.
The Rona's out here.
Is a pandemic. Is that the word?
Pandemic? No, that ain't the word.
What's
what
the word?
Hell is a pandemic? What the hell did you say?
I don't know.
It's a pandemic.
Pandemic.
Is it a pandemic? Is it a pandemic?
Pandemic is the word.
Is it pandemic?
Let us
I don't know. He just
right.
said a panini.
I said
pandemic.
I said Panama, probably.
A Panama. The fuck? That's a damn.
I probably said Panama.
That's a vacation spot.
Not right now.
Nah. He said, "Is it out of all people? Y'all thought he would know what the fuck?"
I fucked that one up, y'all. My bad. Pandemic. It's a pandemic right now.
It's a pandemic. God damn.
And this coronavirus, a lot of panic, a lot of widespread things. But you know what this thing has taught me, Stevie?
I'll wash my damn hands.
Well, always wash your hands. Everything they're talking about, we should have been doing anyway. But
because these motherfuckers bought all the you got to think twice about taking the shit. Like they bought all the toilet paper.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I've learned that people are more
shit limit in this house.
I was gonna say,
fuck that.
I was gonna say, more people concerned with being able to shit than they are washing their hands.
Tell you what, you shit out of order in here, you liable to die. There ain't that much toilet paper to go around.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you what. When you talking about shelves in the stores yesterday, where were we at yesterday? Walmart looked like they was pretty stocked though. I didn't see a whole bunch of empty stuff, but on Friday, it was crazy. Friday,
they didn't have shit. Yo, I'm looking for toilet paper, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker in front of me. I'm like, damn, man, ain't no motherfucking toilet paper.
Uh-huh.
This motherfucker was like, yeah, I just bought the last. I just grabbed the last one.
Should have punched him in his face.
I was about to punch his ass right in the face. Just take that shit. Then I would have been one of them niggas on damn Facebook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of my boys, I forgot. One of my classmates in school. He lives in Georgia, and he goes, yo. He's like, yo, this is where all the toilet tissue at. And had some dude had stacks of toilet tissue in the back of his truck along with water. Like a lot of water, too. Yeah.
Line them up.
Yeah. So this thing is crazy right now. Like, schools here in North Carolina are going to be closed. As of yesterday, the governor announced that he's stating a statewide emergency and that schools in North Carolina will be closed for the next 2 weeks. So the kids will be home. They're doing like homeschool type shit.
Yeah,
they're going to be doing like homeschool type stuff where they can go online and they're getting them Chromebooks and stuff like that. But New York has the largest educational system in the United States, and they are shut down as well.
For a month.
Yeah, for a month. Other places I heard 4 weeks.
Yep.
Some places schools are shut down. And the thing about it is, I just feel like we weren't prepared for it.
No, you should be prepared for some shit like this. I was driving, thinking the other day too, like, man, why didn't they prepared for all types of other dumb shit? You ain't prepared for a virus, like some shit like this. Like,
well,
it should be like, yo, if some shit like this was to ever happen, which it is happening now,
right?
Like every home should have. We should be equipped with like shit.
Readiness for an emergency.
But then again, that's on us because there's shit out there that we can buy ourselves
to prepare ourselves
our damn selves for. But it ain't till now. Now you got people buying all the damn the wrong shit. I would be buying vitamins, minerals, and shit like that, not toilet paper. Like, if it's some shit that's fucking with my immune system, like I want some damn, something to try to fight that shit. I need a bunch of fucking oranges, some vitamin C and shit type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I was telling you, man.
Toilet paper and
people more concerned with wiping their ass than they are getting healthy, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I can see water, I mean, you can water, but like, come on.
But on the lighter side, you can get a flight to like Miami for $100 there and back. I mean. You got a chance of catching the Rona, but
I was about to say you
get a flight if you want.
You gonna come back.
You come back all fucked
gonna
up.
Work. You coming back all fucked up. It's a wrap.
Hey,
I'm trying to think of somebody you gonna come back looking all crazy.
Oh man,
hell no. Nah.
Well, let me give you a little backstory.
Crackhead.
Let me give you a little backstory on that. Right, so people, I've come to a conclusion. We've been worried about this whole, and I said it. I want you to think about what I had told you on a couple of episodes, and this is not a political podcast, but this is a what is it? What is it?
Fucking, we ain't never gonna get through this shit.
What is it?
It's a pandemic.
Pandemic. I can't remember the word. This is a pandemic.
Fucking, you got me second guessing my damn self now.
So it is a pandemic, right? But if you remember me saying earlier when we were talking about the government. And we were talking about Donald Trump, and people were like, yo, Donald Trump is going to win, da-da-da-da. And I said to everybody, I was like, yo, one thing that we haven't realized is all of Donald Trump's predecessors have had major events that have occurred. Donald Trump has not been hit with a major event yet. So
this is, okay.
See where I'm going, right? Yeah, he hasn't been hit with a major event yet. And because he has not, I said, what has he been doing? His last 4 years, he's been talking shit, having his rallies, saying what he is and what he's not going to do. He's been up for impeachment. He beat that. He's been up for conspiracy theory with the Russians. He beat that. So it's just been cloud nine for him for the last three years.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you got to understand is he hasn't had a major event occur. Think about it. Obama had the financial crisis.
Wait, that's not in there. Obama had the financial crisis.
Yeah.
He had some terrorist shit he had to deal with. Fucking pirates.
Yep.
Okay.
A bunch of shit.
Obama had a bunch of shit.
Yep.
And he smashed all that
Yep.
shit.
George Bush had the Iraq War. He had 9/11.
Which he did his damn
self. All of those things were major. That's another story.
He did that shit his damn self.
That's another story.
That was a Jesse Schmooye. What the fuck? He did a Jesse Schmooye. What the fuck is his
Jesse
name?
Smollett.
Yeah.
I can say Smollett, but I can't say pandemic. Well, damn. You know we don't talk about that motherfucker too much. I can't say that. I can pronounce his name right.
But you can't
I can't say pandemic.
God, dog.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I never forgot what the fuck we was talking about. Yeah, George Bush.
Yeah.
He had that shit. He was
So he had 9/11. He had the Iraq War. You know, Obama had all that stuff. And think about it, guys. You know, Trump hasn't. So now what's happening is you're having this major event. This pandemic has occurred. And you can see just in his press conferences, which, by the way, he hates doing. He never likes talking.
He do really hates
but this forces him to.
Yeah.
And you can see his incompetence. So it might be looking bad for him because now he's been banking on the economy. The economy's tanking, right?
Ever since he got in the office, it's like that. It's like when you're working at a job, America's the fucking job, you know, and then you got that damn that supervisor, your manager, like that cool ass manager. You had this motherfucker 4 years.
Yeah.
Shit been smooth.
Yeah.
And then he fucking retires, and this new motherfucker come in, and it's just new shit happening every fucking week. Always some shit happening. That's who the fuck Trump is.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't give a more perfect analogy.
Bruh, it's like always something every time you turn around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So what's happening now is he's showing his incompetence. If you guys remember, what was it, Stevie? About 6 weeks ago, early January, when they was talking about it. When they were talking about it in January, when it was in China.
Yeah.
And he was like, the Democrats were saying some stuff about it. He's like, oh, it's a hoax. The Democrats are doing this to, you know, they couldn't impeach me, so now they're making this up. Psst. You fast forward 2 months later, motherfuckers dying.
They niggas is dying.
Motherfuckers died in America. Now he's like, now he moving his ass.
Yeah.
And then
Corona sales went down. Niggas don't want to drink beer no more. Like, yo,
that's facts.
Too close to the damn
coronavirus.
I ain't drinking Corona.
That's facts.
Pineapple. What the fuck is that pineapple drink that's made in China?
What is a pineapple drink in China?
Yeah, it's a Coca-Cola product.
Oh.
Pineapple, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Fanta shit?
Fanta, pineapple Fanta. That shit's made, that's a China flavor. I'm not drinking that shit.
Yeah, better leave that pineapple Fanta alone.
Pineapple Fanta alone, man. I'm telling you. That shit got the Rona in it.
You got the Rona in it?
That shit got the Rona in it, man.
But he's showing his incompetence. My point is he's showing his incompetence. Yesterday, when he announced, it was either yesterday or Friday, I apologize, it's Friday, he announced that he's declaring an emergency so that there would be access to over $45 billion to fight the corona disease, right? And what happened was, after he did his speech or whatever, or he said whatever the hell he said, he had some people come up and they asked him a question, as the press does. And this black press person asked him a question about, how do you feel now that this is happening? Because you got rid of the task force that handles this type of situation. He fired everybody. So I think Obama...
I'm mad you called him a black press person.
I couldn't think of her name. I don't know her name. But the reason I said black, because what I was going to say is he always says some smart shit when they ask him a tough question.
Okay.
That's why I was saying that. He always says some smart shit to him. So she said, do you feel that you have some responsibility for this, for everything that's happening, because you did away with the task force that was here for these type of situations? And you know what he said? That's a nasty question. He said, that's a nasty question.
Nasty question.
And when he talks...
But that's real shit.
Yeah, it is real shit. Because you know why? He got rid of it because it was an Obama thing. That's something that President Obama put in place.
That's exactly what I was
that's
about
why
to
he
ask.
got rid of it.
That's exactly what I was about to ask. Didn't Obama have some shit lined up for some shit like this?
Yes.
Yes.
And he got rid of it. And now he takes no responsibility for anything. So here you have people dying. It's spreading like wildfire here in the United States. The stock market is crashing. He banks on the economy all the time. He talks about how well the stock market is doing because of him, right? That goes to show you, when you fuck with people money, they don't give a damn about you.
Hell no.
They go, if when this shit dies down, and if the economy don't pick back up, watch motherfuckers be like, oh, yo, we going with Joe Biden, bro.
Man, didn't the damn government shut down? Motherfuckers wasn't getting paid and shit like that?
Well, that happened. That did happen.
Last year, right?
It happened last year. But it also happened with Obama too, though.
It did.
Yeah, but the only reason
we're going to act like I ain't say that though.
Well, to get to your point, what I was going to say was when Obama was in office, though, you got to remember the Senate and the House were ran by Republicans, so they were trying to do him in. That's why it took so long to get it back up and running again.
Okay, but I'm saying that shit was shut down for a long time.
Yeah, the first time it was. The second time it wasn't because it was shut down twice. Yeah. In 2019. So. The first time, Trump was trying to play a little hardball to get his wall built.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That's where that came from. Yeah. But the whole point of it is, I think the tide is going to change. Because already Joe Biden is already saying, yo, he's not prepared. Why is he giving it to Pence?
He's not.
Out of all the people.
Yo, Biden
out of all the people, he could have been put in charge of this. You're the president. You give it to the vice president like, yo.
Do something with this shit, bro.
You do something with this shit. I don't want to have nothing to do with it.
You for, right?
And then they asked him a question. They asked him a question, right? He's like, I don't know. He's like, you'll have to ask Tony.
Yeah.
Well, who the fuck is Tony?
You the president.
You the president? Why the fuck you don't know? I would never say I don't know. Not for something like this.
Like, nigga, you the president.
Yeah, so that goes to show you his incompetence. And so, there are going to be some things that change, bro. Yeah. They're gonna play if I'm Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders, whoever the nominee is, I'm playing on that shit till the end.
Oh yeah.
Like this motherfucker had us unprepared. Think about all your loved ones or the relatives or your friends that have gotten sick, unprepared. Think about your children not being able to go to school. Think about you not that single mother who's unable to afford childcare as it is, and now she has to stay home with her kid. Boy, I'd be playing on all that shit.
Oh, they about to eat this.
I'd be playing on all of that shit.
Yo, the next debate. Oh.
Well, the one debate was Sunday, but there was nobody there. It's just Biden because of the corona,
I would have been, man, I would have had bars ready for him, man.
Yeah, they're going to play on that.
Ooh.
They're going to play on that hard. And I would play on that. I would play on the economy because what it's showing is he does not control the economy.
It don't, man, these 4 years been rough.
What?
It's been a rough 4 years.
Nah.
So with him in office?
The economy's been great though. You can't deny that.
No, the economy's been good. I'm just saying, like, just all the controversy.
Oh yeah.
Nigga, we almost fucked the. You know what I mean? Niggas almost getting blow the fuck
Oh
up.
yeah.
Like,
I
man,
agree with
it's
you.
been
There.
rough, yo.
Yeah.
Now this shit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like the money, right though.
The money, yeah. The
money, right though.
The whole thing about this situation is what we want to do though is, and we're gonna have some fun with it towards the end of this show. But the whole thing you got to remember is don't get your information from conspiracy theorists. Don't get it from social media. Get your information from where who knows what's right, which are the doctors, the CDC, your local government, your local medical facilities. Get your information from the right people.
Not Google.
Don't Google it. Don't Google something and from some unknown site and it
Google
scares the shit out of you.
Up, right.
Yeah, I don't go to that web. What's that shit? WebMD.
WebMD
will scare the fuck out of you.
You'd be like, I'm dying tomorrow.
I'm like, oh shit.
Shit.
So do the right thing. Make sure that you check with your local facilities. Check the CDC website. Wash your hands as much as you can thoroughly. These are things that we should have been doing anyway, but wash your hands. Make sure that you spray, Lysol, wipe things down. Do the things that you normally would do.
Keep clean. Man.
Keep clean. Keep everything sanitized. And we'll be okay. We'll get through this. Yeah. The other part is, let's just say you do catch it. Doesn't mean that you're going to die. Here's
the The old people been dying.
Now, if you have a weak immune system, if you're older, those are the people you want to check in on. You want to make sure that they're okay. You want to keep them as healthy as possible. Make sure you keep yourself hydrated. Drink plenty of water, and
They said more than half the people that got it are already made full recoveries.
Yes, absolutely. So you're not gonna die. And I know it's hard because this is all we see on the news, but you got to remember it's the news.
I'm like trying to think, like, you can't be like, oh, they doing motherfuckers like with the conspiracies and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they doing this to try to get they ain't trying to get no money off it because ain't nobody getting no money off this shit.
No, they are.
They are.
Yeah, people getting money off it.
I ain't been seeing no.
Think about it. Lysol. It's not a conspiracy, but like companies like Lysol, people that sell products,
like government, like Red Cross and shit. Like, ain't nobody been getting no money off this shit. So there ain't no conspiracy. This shit is just real life. China fucked everything up again.
Absolutely.
Like, eating fucking bat heads. This shit started after the chick biting the bat head off in that video.
Man.
Bro.
Is that what happened? Is that
this
what it
shit
is?
started from there? No, I'm lying.
I know.
I'm lying. But that shit happened for real.
Well,
they do shit like that.
Well, listen, I spoke to a customer last week, and he was telling me about he's in Vegas and he owns 2 rental car lots, and he's saying that his business is down 40% because of this, right? And because people aren't traveling, no traveling, nobody's coming to rent a car when they're in Vegas. So when I was talking to him, he was just telling me I made a joke about the whole Corona thing. I said, "How is it in Vegas? People losing their mind over the Corona." He's like, "Man," he says, he went on. He was like, "It originated in China." He said, "I don't know if you've ever been." He says, "But I do a lot of business over there, back and forth." He said, "I can tell you." He said, "I'm not talking about the Asian Americans here in the United States that were born here." He said, "I'm talking about the people that live over there." And this is nothing against. This is just a story, y'all. This is nothing against our Asian friends, and I'm not trying to be racist or be offensive. I'm just quoting what someone said to me.
What someone said to you.
That's what someone said to me. I want to make that perfectly clear.
End quote.
But he said that people over in China, he said it is one of the nastiest countries that you will ever go to. He said that kids will poop and pee in the streets.
That's crazy.
There is a law that says that kids can do that until up to a certain age. So you think about that. You think about all the other bullshit that they do. You remember a couple of years ago, they were talking about China would send fake food over here, fake rice. It was plastic and it wasn't real food. They'll mix it in with real rice and fake rice.
That shit crazy.
Shit like that. Back to your point about the whole whatever it was something that was sold off on the streets in China.
A fucking chicken eating an old ass Chinese man's ass.
That
shit. He's sitting on the bucket, just like.
And he's pecking at him or something?
He got the chicken like
what?
eyeing him in his fucking ass.
What?
Like the fucking chicken's just pecking at his asshole. That shit was fucking disgusting.
No, I don't know what
That's
Steve
why I don't want to eat no Chinese food chicken.
I don't know what Steve
I ain't eating no more Chinese chicken.
I told you that.
I ain't eating
you
no
remember
more
what I told
that
you?
Shit's probably been all in the Chinese.
I was like, yo, you don't know
China's
what that is, bro.
Ass.
But he said it's
fucking, what's the old man from Karate Kid?
Oh, Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi eating Mr. Miyagi's ass.
Now, Mr. Miyagi was Japanese though.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's Japanese.
Jive embarrassing.
Remember, he was from Okinawa.
Okay, now how the fuck do you remember that shit, but you don't know pandemic? Okay, how the fuck do you remember that shit, but you can't
Karate Kid, man? It's classic.
Yo, you got a little point.
Classic. But he really did say over there that they are nasty. They are they don't wash their hands. He's also a part-time dealer at one of the casinos there, and he said that his is the blackjack table. And he says, like, rich Asian people from China that only speak Mandarin come over there, and they play blackjack. He said, and when they play, he says they'll do stuff like, they're digging in their nose, they're wiping it on their clothes. He also indicated, he said, what else did he say? He said that when they speak Mandarin, they're just mean, nasty people. And he goes, they'll curse you out. He's like, one guy cursed him out one time because he lost, and he didn't realize that the guy spoke Mandarin as well. So when the guy was cursing him out, he said something back to him. He was like, in Mandarin. And then the guy was like, he said his face turned white because, he comes over to America. He don't expect people to understand what it is that he's saying. So he says it's nasty over there, man. And if they're selling all that crazy shit in the marketplace,
nasty,
of course somebody's going to catch it. I saw something before we started recording. Chick was eating a live snake.
I'm telling you.
I'm like, what the fuck?
That's what they do.
I was like, what is that?
That's what they do, man.
A live snake, bro.
Yep.
So, we just have to do what we need to do. I think that we're doing everything that we possibly can to stop it from occurring. So as far as keeping your hands clean, sanitizing, keeping the kids and, we as people away from as many other people as we can. The one thing I want to shout out, I know at my office, they've been keeping us updated on like what it is that they're doing to ensure, that we're safe and all that good stuff. And one of the things that they're actually talking about is now we have to bring our laptops home just in case something occurs, and they want us to be able to work from home. So that is there.
But they still say bring your asses in, huh?
Oh yeah. They like bring your asses. Bring your asses in.
That's crazy. They don't give a fuck.
Actually, nah, they've been pretty good because the head guy we've been on like video conferencing calls, and he's been telling us like what they've been talking about. They have 2 to 3 meetings a day around this and the logistics of if this happens, here's what we're gonna do. Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? How does it go? Friday, they were going around asking if school closes, who had childcare, who did not, so that they would allow them to work from home if they needed to. But with this new legislation that's being signed by both political parties, what's going to happen is it's supposed to be paid leave. It's supposed to be paid if you have to stay home. It's some good stuff in there. So it will help others out.
Because, that'll fuck the economy up real quick.
Well, they know that. They know that because...
like bad.
Yeah. There's also supposed to be something open through the SBA for small business owners to be able to get low-interest loans if they don't have enough cash flow because of this to keep their businesses going. So there is some positive there. The only thing is, to your point from earlier, when you're dealing with something like this, you should be proactive and not reactive. And right now, what's happening is we're being reactive.
Yeah, we wasn't prepared at all.
No. So I think that this may be Trump's downfall. I think that people are like, yo, why are we running around like losing our mind?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why wasn't this taken care of
this
already?
This should have been a plan. Long time ago. So now let me ask you. To be talking about Trump, and again, this ain't a political podcast. We're going to get into, after we do the throwback, we're going to get into some fun with this whole pandemic thing. But what's your thoughts on now that Joe Biden is the front runner and it's just him and Bernie now? Everybody else has dropped out. So Everybody
now you got,
dropped out? I don't pay no attention to this shit.
Yeah. So it's down to Biden and Bernie. So you got them two. They debated this weekend. Okay. Whenever you guys are listening to this, it's Monday morning or whenever you guys listen to it. So they debated this past weekend, and as they've been debating, people are just dropping out and people are jumping on that Biden ticket. Surprisingly, Biden won a lot of states that he didn't even really, some places he didn't even campaign in, like Texas, Mississippi, Alabama. Bama? Yeah. I was surprised at that.
So it's like you got that cool ass uncle, right?
Who, Joe Biden?
Joe Biden's the cool ass uncle. You can go over his house and it's relaxed. You relax. You can talk your shit to him. You can chill. You can unwind. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna let you get too. He don't believe in the weed smoking shit. He ain't gonna smoke the weed. He like, you gonna do that shit outside this house.
You gonna do it outside the house.
And then you got the other cool ass uncle that's just like
Uncle Bernie.
He don't smoke weed, but he understands you. He like, hey man, you want to smoke your weed? Smoke your weed.
Yeah.
Just don't do it out there. You want the basement and smoke it. You know what I'm saying?
It's illegal. It's not illegal. We're trying to make it legal.
So you got them the two uncles you got. It's like, which uncle you going?
Uncle Bernie and Uncle Biden. Uncle Joe.
You got this one cool, successful uncle.
Yeah.
That's been around the block. You know what I'm saying? And he'll let you be you,
right?
But he won't let you go too crazy. Then you got the other cool ass uncle that's gonna let you just fucking. You want to smoke weed, man? Smoke weed.
So
you need $1,000.
Here's
every month, man. Make sure you got $1,000. That's Bernie.
That's Bernie.
Yeah, he'll fuck the economy up real quick. He gonna fuck the. We're gonna be broke.
You think we're gonna be broke messing with Bernie?
Be broke fucking with Bernie.
Really? Well, some of the stuff he's talking about ain't gonna fly. Bro.
It ain't gonna fly.
They're not gonna give free.
He's talking good, but like
it sounds good.
It sounds good.
Sounds great.
Damn, they're Canadian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That healthcare shit, but like it'll take me fucking 6 months to get some ibuprofen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how
true.
Bernie talking.
That's true. No, that's true. No, I feel you on that. Well, the other part is this. Think about this, bro. Joe Biden gonna come out there and he gonna talk that talk. He gonna talk that shit. He gonna talk that shit to Trump.
Oh yeah.
Think about this. Think about the rollout. You know what the rollout is, don't you?
No, I don't know what the rollout is.
Let me tell you what the rollout is.
I was just exactly. I was
You
about to
say,
like,
what's the rollout?
What the hell is
I'm
the rollout?
about to tell you what the rollout is. When he rolled 44 out there,
it's over.
Yo, it's a wrap.
It's over.
Yo, it's like that's like The Rock coming back to WWE, nigga.
The voting is gonna go crazy.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They ain't seen him. He ain't been endorsing him. When Burns
been laid in the cut.
He been chilling. He been tweeting here and there. You know what I'm saying? He been doing his little thing at Netflix. They won a little award or whatever. But he just been hanging out trying to see what's gonna happen.
He just been minding his business.
Hey yo, when Uncle Joe rolled 44 out there, boy, the masses gonna lose their mind.
Oh yeah.
And so that's what's
they
gonna
play
make.
Return of the Mac too.
Hey,
when he comes back.
That's what's gonna make everybody go out there and jump on that Biden trail.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting, this whole voting thing, man. It's gonna be real, real interesting.
Oh yeah.
I don't know though.
It's but I still think that Biden's gonna be our next president.
Think he gonna win it?
Hell yeah, Biden gonna win, man. All this other shit is just.
When you look
entertainment.
And at the end of the day, when you think about the presidency, bro, all it is a popularity contest.
It's a popularity contest. Now it is.
It's like, yo, who you like the most, bro?
You used to really have to do some shit to be president.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
you can buy you one.
Now, yeah,
you can buy you one.
But
your man Bloomberg, like 500. They said something ridiculous. $1 billion spent
on a fucking campaign. Like, dude, what did you spend that much money on?
And they said that I don't know. They did some crazy math. Like they
commercials.
Could give, and probably setting up shops, phones, internet. That shit is a lot of money, bro.
Bro,
and then
$500 billion worth of internet.
And that was his own money. That was his own money.
I need my own refund. I need my money back.
Hey, off the grid though, I got something for you. I was watching it late the other night.
It better be good
on Netflix.
Fucking million.
Off the grid, there is I think it's called Greed or something like that on Netflix. I forgot what it is.
I heard.
But they are talking about Jared Kushner. If you remember last season when we had Shamade on, and Shamade was talking about slumlord. You remember she was saying slumlord and all that stuff? Jared Kushner, who's Donald Trump's son, as his son-in-law, they were talking about how he be doing the tenants dirty on all the properties that he owns. It gives a history of like his dad was in jail. His dad was in jail for some shady shit. Went to jail, got out. Jared took over the business, and he's like this big real estate person, right? And he was buying all these properties and this and that. And like one lady, they had this lady on there. She was getting ready to move. She was living in one of these townhouses because he had property in New York, and then he moved to Maryland. He bought a lot of property in Maryland. She lived in a townhouse. Living in the townhouse, she's getting ready to move. She wanted to, break her lease early. Like it was like 7 months into it, and she wanted to leave. Apartment complex person told her, yeah, sure, no problem. Sign the paperwork, let her leave. No problem. 3 years later, bro, they try to take her to court for over $5,000 worth of rent back owed that they said she did not pay, along with attorney fees. And then in the state of Maryland, if you don't pay, they can come out literally and arrest you as a person.
You don't want to pay your rent?
Yeah, if you don't pay your rent, normally you just get hit with a judgment and eviction notice. If you don't pay it,
they're taking your ass to jail in Maryland.
If that person mandates that. So in the paperwork, like the lady didn't even know. She goes 3 years later, she gets this notice from some company saying, and this attorney saying, I owe this money. And she's like, at the time, she didn't know. She was like, what? I got permission to break the lease, but she didn't have the paperwork. 3 years later, she's moved. Well, what happened is they garnished her wages. They asked for garnishment, and if you don't get garnishment, they arrest you. So she asked for, so they garnish her, right? She said she got paid like $900, right, every 2 weeks. She goes to her bank account. They don't took all the money. All of the money. All of it. She at the time she had a child. She had child care. She's like, she couldn't pay anything. And she said she went to them and asked, hey, yo, could y'all, not take all of my check? If you take all of my check, you know what I'm saying? I can't live. And that's basically what they told. The attorney told her, oh, we will collect our money. You will pay us. So what ended up happening was, not only that, I'm thinking, now that lady was black, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be a bunch of black people he's screwing over. He's screwing over. Don't discriminate. There's some other apartments. Lady in her crib, she says she's walking through her kitchen. The whole fucking ceiling caved in. Whole fucking ceiling caves in, bricks and shit. And she goes, okay, sometimes stuff happens. But then she said she went out of town on business, came back 2 weeks later, bedroom ceiling done caved in. They was doing stuff like wiring stuff wrong. Like some guy had did did the wiring and set up the gas and the pipes and stuff in this one building in New York.
And who people is this?
This is Jared Kushner, who is Trump's son-in-law. He's married to his daughter, Ivanka.
That shit just gave me a fucking brain. You ever see the joint when the smoke coming
out your brain?
What the fuck is who's fucking?
Yeah,
who?
Jared Kushner. You've seen him. He's matter of fact, he's one of Trump's special advisors or whatever.
So he's a
he's got like
slumlord.
a top. Yeah, he's a fucking he really
slum.
is. It's on Netflix, y'all. Y'all can check it out. They talk about that whole Wells Fargo shit. How Wells Fargo was forcing people within their joint to oversell customers and to make these fake checking accounts and all that. It's all on there. But that Kushner thing was interesting to me because you can actually see like the damage, and he was doing it to everybody.
He's a fucking slum.
And the only reason that the black lady got out of it though, she got out of it because this company that's been following them.
She was
all
a
this
part
shit,
of it.
They were screwing her over.
Okay.
And
okay.
and then what happened was this company that's been keeping up with like all the shady shit he's been doing, like in New York and in what do you call it? This company came forth and wanted to represent her, this firm.
Okay.
They did some investigating, dug up the paperwork that showed her signing the joint because it was down someplace. They filed it someplace. They got the paperwork, called the attorney up, was like, yo, I want my client's money back that y'all took from her. Or we gonna sue y'all for more than this. And you gotta drop this lawsuit. The motherfuckers looked at that paper, it's like, okay.
Damn.
So they knew it was wrong, but they were still doing it. So it's crazy, y'all. Y'all need to check that shit out. It's something, greed something. But it's all these shady people that's like screwing people. People like you and us that work hard every day, trying to take their money just because they rich. You know what I'm saying? To get richer. But y'all gotta check that shit out. It's crazy,
Tragic.
bro. It's bad, bro. It's bad.
Shady motherfuckers, man.
Absolutely. So, Stevie, we're going to get into the throwback.
Okay.
We got the throwback coming for y'all. We're going to do a little Mary J. Blige, man.
Yeah, bro, she looked nuts, so.
She lost a lot of weight, too. She don't have some work done.
Damn, she got work done?
Yeah, she don't have some work done. You could definitely tell she has some. She definitely has some work done.
Right. Her nose looking real anorexic.
So those are the two throwbacks. Hope you guys enjoyed them this morning. Mary J. Blige, I Can Love You, and that was my pick, and Stevie's pick, Naughty by Nature.
Hip Hop Away.
Classic.
Yeah, my dad used to play the shit out that song, man.
Naughty was that, man.
That was that shit. I remember the tape, man.
Them niggas was out of Jersey?
Jersey.
Doing their thing.
I ain't know
hard.
shit about Jersey.
And Tretch still looked like he'll pop a nigga.
He still do. He nigga the same. Look like the same motherfucking type.
Yo, Tretch be like, yo, what?
What?
Pop, 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 pop,
right. Hood nigga, Jersey. Crazy. Jersey in the building.
But yo, so we talking about this pandemic thing, Stevie. And so,
you got it right.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that shit. Once I get it, a couple times.
4 times a time.
Yes, sir. So talking about this pandemic thing, right? I want to have a little fun with it.
Okay.
Right? So when we talk about the pandemic, we are fans here of The Walking Dead. Right? What, 8 years now? 8 seasons, I believe, correct?
I put you on The
You did
Walking
put me on The Walking Dead. I appreciate that because I love the show. But you ain't been keeping up with the season. I know for a fact you haven't. So you have no clue what's going on right now.
I left off like episode 4 last season. Man.
See?
I ain't even going to hold you.
You got to catch up, bro.
I ain't going to hold you.
You got to catch up.
I have to.
But and the story goes in Walking Dead, they had a pandemic.
They did.
And it was a viral in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people would get sick, flu-like symptoms, get sick, and then die, and then turn into zombies.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 2 questions for you. Because I know you're going to be able to answer this shit.
Let's go.
Okay? Let's just say, if the coronavirus, the Rona became like The Walking Dead, what the fuck do we do to survive?
Well, I tell you this, ain't shit toilet paper going to do. All right, and then after that, you know what? We got to get shelter. Maybe we should get shelter first.
You definitely got to have some shelter.
You're
gonna have to fix up the house. You're gonna fix up the location that you're at.
If I'm just gonna be staying in my house in like a regular neighborhood,
yeah.
Like I have to like this motherfucker got to be barricaded.
Yep.
Like all types of shit.
Can't let nobody in.
Because if we can't stay here, I know how to survive in the woods.
Oh, word.
I watch all that shit on History Channel.
Yeah.
All them crazy ass shows. They don't put me up. You know what I'm saying? I can build shelter. I know how to do all that shit, man.
So you be straight.
I can start a fire, all that shit, man.
That's what's up.
For real, man.
I didn't know that about you.
Man, bro, I could carve an animal.
The animal thing.
You know I could cook.
The animal thing, I can see you doing that.
I could break a deer down, fucking break a damn chicken, rabbit.
Yeah.
I could break all that shit down, man. I bet, you know what? I wonder if I can damn near break any damn, you know what I'm saying, animal, because it's probably all like damn near the same thing, you know, from the rooter to the tooth.
Well, yeah. So I can do, like, I know how to clean fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you like
it ain't got no legs. You know what I'm
ain't
saying?
got no legs. Hell no. You got to cut the legs off, though.
You know, when you do a fish, you got to cut the fin off. You feel me?
Well, that's a catfish.
When you do a fish, you got to cut off the fins. You got to cut off the fins. You got to cut off the fucking.
We cut the head off.
Shit off.
Because like if it's a catfish, right? They got the fin. They'll fin the shit out you. Yeah. So you cut the head off and then clean them and skin them.
But you start cutting from the belly or from the top. If you go, you know what I'm saying, break them down.
You're gonna break them down. Just the way I was taught was a little cut in the head, right? Because if it's a catfish, they got skin. They don't have scales.
Got to get them like right up
under
that fucking
and then
gill.
Cut that head off, right?
Chop it up, yeah.
And then when you cut that head off, now you can take that one and skin him.
Easy.
And then take those guts on out and be done with it, right? Fillet them on up real quick. Fry them on up.
Fry them up. You good.
You good. But, so you got to have shelter.
You got to have shelter.
So you saying you can survive, don't matter whether you're in the suburbs or you're in the woods.
Anywhere. Anywhere. You know what? Because you know what? The suburbs, you're going to have the crazy motherfuckers coming to we might be in trouble.
Motherfuckers going to be in the purge, bro.
Yeah, we might.
They're going to be trying to purge.
We might be in trouble because we live in the suburbs.
Yeah, but they're going to be trying to purge,
the crazy
bro.
motherfuckers is going to be coming to the suburbs trying to like, no, man, fuck that, man. Y'all in there all sheltered and shit. Fuck that.
I'll be like, man, I don't want to have to shoot you, bruh.
I ain't even going to say that. I'm just shooting.
If it's martial law. Yeah, if it's martial law.
Everybody else gonna look and see, they shooting niggas over there. Nah, fuck that. We gonna go over here.
And we got a lot of bullets, nigga.
Yeah, we gonna leave that motherfucker laying
have a
right
Gatling gun.
Front. Yep.
Have a Gatling gun.
Let the dogs eat them.
No, you know what you got to do though. I'm gonna tell you what you got to do.
We good. We got dogs, man. We got dogs. We got guns. I'm
gonna tell you what you got to do though.
We gotta do.
I'm gonna tell you what you got to do. If your house is inhabitable, right? You can't get into the shit, right?
I like that word.
You know, you can't get in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to find a base, bro. Like a military base, bro.
What the fuck are we going to find a military base?
You're going to have to...
man, we got to be practical now.
Think about it, dude. Walking Dead, they had to get gas. They had to get cars and drive as far as they could drive. Because remember, they had a base and then they had a prison facility.
That's what we need to do then.
You know what I'm saying?
Go to the prison.
Prison can be scary.
Voluntary go in that
motherfucker. The prison can be scary because you know how many crazy motherfuckers in there.
You know they ain't got the Rona. You know they ain't got the Rona in there.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's the only place.
I ain't heard them say nothing about prisoners getting the Rona.
Prisoners ain't got that shit. They in there chilling. They looking at us like, oh, hell no, don't let me out. No.
Nah, nigga. They like,
put
nigga,
a little more time on my sentence. Fuck that.
Hey, they like, nigga, I don't even want to go on the yard.
No, I don't want to go on the yard. I don't want to do nothing. Fuck that. Give me another week. I'll punch the CEO in the face because I ain't ready to be released yet. Not into that shit. You gonna release me out into this shit? You imagine that dude that got released during this shit?
Dude.
First of all, he probably wouldn't give a fuck about no corona shit. He just happy to be out of jail. But like shit, after a while, you like, damn, boy, everything closed.
Everything closed. Yeah.
Or if you just got released out of jail, and somebody cough on you, now you got the coronavirus.
Ooh.
I go back to jail.
I'd be like, man, I've been in jail for 10 fucking years. Ain't never had no disease. Ain't had a cold.
Come out of
here day one, and now I got the corona.
Motherfucker fart in your face, and you damn near gonna die now from coronavirus. God, dog.
Let me ask you this.
You can't make that shit up.
Do you think this coronavirus is a man-made disease? You think it's a conspiracy?
They all are.
But do you think it's a conspiracy? Do you think this is something set up by the Chinese government to try to get at us? How you feel about that?
I I hate doing conspiracies, but I'm gonna speak on this shit just because you asked me a question.
Yeah.
You asked me a question, so I got to answer.
We want to know what you think, man.
I just feel like all this shit is man-made.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But do I feel like it's like a personal attack from China? A small part of me wants to say that because it'd be easy to just get a bunch of motherfuckers sick and just send them out into population to the major cities. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like they found them first in like all the major damn cities, I believe.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
The first big cases that they said it happened in Washington State.
So they tried to.
And then it went
so that's
Washington.
West Coast.
Yeah, it went Washington, and then it went cases in New York, and then it went like California. You know, it just eventually spread everywhere.
Like I bet you if we look on a map and then put points to where all them spots that you just said, it probably connect somehow.
Yeah,
if you want to get into conspiracies.
That's the biggest thing about it. That's what the biggest fear, because they said if someone ever wanted to create a germ warfare type disease, that would be the way to do it. Yeah. They would either do it that way or do it this way.
We under
via
attack
electronics and computers. Know. Yeah, via computers or whatever. You know.
One thing I do know is the corona ain't gonna make it to the ghetto, so y'all good. Niggas in the ghetto good.
But I'm gonna tell you what's funny about us though.
I don't think the corona's in the project.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny about us though.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Black folks like, okay, I hear you, coronavirus. Okay, I'll do what I need to do, but I'm not worried.
Man, right. My melanin gonna fight that shit off.
Black folks like, we done been through other worse shit than that.
Worse shit than corona.
Yeah, this is nothing.
Fucking, I try to outrun a German Shepherd while getting sprayed by a firefighter hose and shit.
Or that little thing of slavery where you work from sun up to sundown and get your ass whooped.
I done got my ass beat picking cotton.
Yeah. This is nothing.
This ain't shit. Fucking open
we beat that. Hey, Stevie, we beat that. We will beat this too.
Right. We shall overcome. And this we shall overcome.
Yo, that's crazy,
hey,
man.
Black folks ain't worried about this. We having fun with this shit. You know what I'm saying? We watching all the white folks go crazy.
Well, it's just one of them things, man. It's like we said earlier, bro. If you get it, they said your chances of dying is very, very slim.
Very slim, man.
They said, but here's the thing, though, Stevie. Here's how you know they don't even know what the fuck it is. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the first time they was like, oh, it's flu-like symptoms. Make sure you're washing your hands. You're doing this and that, right? Then they said, oh, we think it's airborne. So that's how people are catching it, right? Then they hit you with some people may have it and have no symptoms. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know shit.
You don't know if you got, it's going to be one of them shits 20, 30 years down the line, motherfucker, damn, I got coronavirus.
Have you ever had coronavirus,
I walked around with this shit for 30 years. That's going to be a damn question.
Yeah, have you ever had coronavirus?
Future
that I know
shit, future applications. Have you ever had coronavirus? Like, damn, like, this is what we're coming to. That's going to be a question on your fucking applications and shit.
Well, I'm going to tell you what's funny. I don't know if you've seen the meme. They had Magic Johnson because they showed Magic Johnson with the mask on.
Like, chill, bro. You're safe.
They was like, come on, Magic. It's like, come on, dude.
You know damn well, Magic.
And Magic cured, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
You had AIDS. You beat that. The corona ain't got shit on you, brother. You good. Take that damn mask off your face.
That was
fuck, man.
Oh, you know what I meant to say? I wanted to give a shout out to our brethren down at the I Say Podcast in South Carolina. Iz and DJ Rain, they put something out yesterday, last night, that said they understand, schools are closing there as well, and there may be some single moms that, may not have enough money, for childcare or for food or whatever, because the kids are, home. Maybe the kids only get one meal or whatever a day.
Shit, some kids are counting on school to eat every damn day.
Yeah. So they were saying, that's what they were saying. So they said, if there's anybody out there that needs some help for that situation, let us know. And he said, DM us, and we'll be more than happy to help out with that, which I think was dope. So shout out to y'all. That shit was dope. Man. That's a real dope thing. But I do have to say, don't freak out. Again, we want to reiterate, don't freak out, don't flip out. If you find out you do have it, you're gonna survive, right? The only thing that we can do is pray for those that that are around us to be safe and to be precautionary, because they're saying that this is just a beginning. But
Like
I feel
I
like
said,
it's gonna die down.
I feel like if you in like a urban area, you good. Niggas ain't I ain't seen not one nigga with corona, man.
Well, your boy from the Utah Jazz had
he rich, man. He rubbing elbows.
Adam, whatever his name is.
He rich as fuck though. Like I'm talking about like
regular people,
man, regular nigga. You know what I mean? From somewhere I'm from.
You know
what I'm saying? Like these niggas ain't getting coronavirus. Like I said, we having fun with this shit. Like niggas got nicknames and shit for it. You know?
Hey,
like,
all the Corona beer should be cheap as hell.
That shit should be.
It shouldn't be a whole lot of money.
I still want to know why motherfuckers. What did you see to make you go buy all the toilet paper? That's all I want to know.
I told you, bro. Told you earlier. Motherfuckers is more concerned with wiping their ass than keeping themselves well.
That shit is motherfuckers looking at America right now like,
what the fuck?
What the fuck? Are
you rather wipe your ass than get vitamins?
Like no vitamins, just toilet paper.
And then did you see where people were buying up the Lysol and wipes and then selling it online?
That. Yeah,
but selling it for like triple the amount.
That's crazy.
They said there was a Canadian couple that bought a whole bunch of Lysol and hand sanitizer and have made over $17,000 off of it.
Now I be camping out in front of their damn house.
You know what I'm saying? Them the people the government need to go after.
Go after them, okay?
Hey, look here, bro.
Need all that damn
what you
Lysol.
think you're doing? You trying to...
Now, what if the government just like gives away packages of like products like that for your house as like a prevention shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you get your package of Lysol gloves, all the cleaning things to get rid of that will beat the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And your dumbass has bought all the Lysol off the East Coast. Like, you could have just got the shit for free.
Some Asian billionaire has donated like $1 million towards,
like when motherfuckers is poor and like you need shit, they give you the little package with the turkey in it, with some bread, with the bread, with the rice, with the peanut butter and all that shit.
Yeah.
The government need to be handing out packages with Lysol, paper towel, toilet paper, fucking sanitizer.
They
mask,
probably gonna have something like that.
Mask.
Yeah. Oh, that's what this Chinese billionaire is doing. He's donated 1 million masks.
Everybody fucking clean your house.
Yeah, 1 million masks,
you know what I'm saying?
and $1 million towards help fighting the disease. But he did donate 1 million masks because they make them shits in China. That's why you can't find them anywhere.
Yeah, he should have used that money to put together some shit like we just said. Put together little packages, man, and like you gonna make sure do it for your community, man. If you all these motherfucking ballers and drug dealers and shit. I'll use that money, man, and like put that shit together, man, and just look out for the community. Man, buy some. You know what I'm saying? Man?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
They did. Yeah.
You want to do something? Like, don't buy. You want to spend all that money on some toilet paper?
They might do it. I don't know.
That shit's crazy.
It is crazy. But I tell you what,
I ain't the president. That's an easy idea right there. Like, put together these little packets.
I think they're gonna have some type of relief in this package. I mean, you can look it up online, but I think they are going to have some type of relief for this whole situation for people that they, to help people out. But they asked Trump, was he still going to cut food assistance? And he said, yeah. That's another reason why his ass is going to be probably gone. Because they're going to be like, you're an asshole, bro.
He got a full belly. He don't care, man.
They're going to be like, he's an asshole. They're going to be like, you're an asshole. They're going to be like, now you know damn well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, check this battery life on the camera. Coming from the GoPro Hero 8, y'all.
He's so stupid.
Zoomed in like a motherfucker right now. Pixelated like a motherfucker.
You're stupid.
I look 20 pounds bigger on damn. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
crazy. You're crazy. Well, this has been the 336 Pull-Up Podcast. This is episode 34, I believe, Stevie.
Charles Barkley.
34.
CB.
Oh, he thinks he came down with some symptoms. Did you hear about that?
He quarantined his damn self.
He quarantined himself. He said he wasn't feeling well, so he didn't come in.
Damn.
Yeah. So he's going.
You,
no sports, no nothing.
Yeah, man. Ain't no sports.
No sports, but you can always produce content.
You can always put some content out. You know what I'm saying? As long as they don't do nothing about NFL.
They was like, yo, NFL ain't even said what they're going to. NFL like, we're going to ride this shit out to the summertime,
right,
bro.
We good.
We about to see what's about to happen with this shit.
We watching this shit like, man, shit.
Yeah.
And they going on regular schedule. Oh, the new CBA.
Oh,
They
yeah.
passed that shit, bro.
Yeah, 17-game schedule next season.
Yep.
More playoffs, more opportunity
2
for
extra
teams to get a playoff game.
teams.
Yeah. That's gonna
That's
be
how
cool.
I know the Bills is. Yeah, my boys is gonna be good.
Yeah.
My boys is gonna be.
I
good.
tell you what, Cowboys better sign Prescott.
They need to.
I ain't gonna do that.
They need to.
For you Cowboy fans, y'all better get them signed. Y'all gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
But this has been episode 34 of the 336 Pull-Up Podcast.
Rough.
You know what I'm saying? Again, we are here with the upgrades. Don't forget to go out there and check out our merch at the 336 Pull-Up store. The link is in the bio if you follow us on Instagram. Yo, Stevie, go ahead and tell them how they can find you, bro.
Stevie Kick 716.
Got talking to the mic, though.
Stevie Kick 716.
There you
On Instagram and the 336 Pull Up Podcast on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? The YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is 336 Pull-Up.
We getting it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Probably what's going to happen is the way I'm going to do the YouTube is audio will always be there for you guys first thing on Monday. YouTube will probably be there, I'd probably say, by Wednesday.
Yeah, we still fiddling and faddling with the shit, trying to get it how we want to, but always like, share, subscribe.
Yep, like share,
subscribe.
and subscribe. Yo, and we're looking for more reviews, man.
Yes.
We need some reviews out there. If you follow us if you're listening to us on Apple Podcast or on your MacBook Pro, make sure you do a review for us. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us everywhere, streaming, everywhere, wherever you can listen to podcasts.
Everywhere, damn it.
We are there. iHeartRadio, we are there. So no excuse for not listening to the 336 Pull-Up Podcast with Frank and Stevie. Make sure that you share with your friends. We're looking for new listeners this season. Hope you guys are enjoying this content that we're providing to you. And now that we have visuals coming your way, it's going to be even more fun. You know, we're going to be doing little things like small docs. We're going to be doing other stuff. So, you know, this has been episode 34 of the